Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to another ultimate comparison. In this episode, the boAt Aavante Bar 1160 is going head to head with the Wings Centerstage 1100. So I'm going to answer all that there is to know about these two soundbars and how the sound quality compares and which one you should get and which one is going to provide you the best value for money and which has the best audio quality, which is the main criteria. But before we begin, if you do enjoy watching my videos and find these helpful, please smash the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and after watching this review, whichever soundbar that you decide to pick up for yourselves, my only request is please use the link of these soundbars given in the description below to make your purchase. That way, you guys will be helping me run this channel and produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Okay, so with that said, let's begin. Okay, so first things first, both of these have huge names. So going forward, I'm going to refer to the boAt Aavante Bar 1160 as just the boAt and the Wings Centerstage 1100 as just Wings. So let's just keep things simple. Okay, now as far as specs go, both are 60 watt RMS speakers. They both offer Bluetooth, but this is where the differences start to creep in. So the boAt Aavante Bar 1160, I thought I was going to say boAt. Okay, so the boAt is going to offer you an older Bluetooth version at Bluetooth version 4.2, while the Wings Centerstage 1100 gives you Bluetooth version 5. Now, when it comes to your options for connectivity, apart from Bluetooth, it's the Wings that has the advantage because it gives you HDMI, it gives you coaxial, optical, USB, and aux. So it's got you covered in that area. Whereas in comparison, the boAt just gives you coaxial, USB, and aux, and of course Bluetooth. So in terms of connectivity options, the Wings does have the upper hand. Talking about the build, well, both are identical. So it's got a glossy plastic body and the metal grille in the front with the logo of their respective brands at the center. They both are front-firing soundbars, so they have two speaker driver units on the left and right for both of these, so they are front firing, and both come with power adapters, so they are not portable speakers in that sense because both of these need constant power supply. Now both these soundbars come with their respective remote controls, and the remote controls let you take full advantage of all the features of the soundbar. Now they both have some things going for them and against them. Now, in the case of the Wings, it's remote control while having almost identical features to the boAt. The one thing it has less is that it doesn't have the tweaking ability of the treble. So the boAt's remote offers you the ability to set the level of bass, you can increase or decrease it, and the level of the treble. While for the Wings, you can only control the bass and you cannot tweak the treble. Now, even without the remote controls, you do get to control most of the functions. But even in this regard, the Wings again has the upper hand because, first of all, the multifunction control buttons are placed at the center and top of the soundbar. So it's very easy to reach for. You can control most of the functions here, the ones that you really need. It's got a volume knob and it's back illuminated. So even in the dark, it's very easy to navigate and find. Now in comparison, the boAt, well, it's got one of the worst placements in terms of the buttons because it's on one side. So once you keep it and set it up, you actually have to go to that side and, well, maneuver those buttons. And that too, they're not back illuminated, very basic, and without looking at them, it is impossible to figure out which button you're pressing. So again, in terms of the button placement, I think the Wings obviously has the upper hand. Alright, so now let's get into the main area, which is audio quality. Which one produces the better audio quality and which one is going to be worth your money? Now, I think it's fair to say that the Wings Centerstage 1100, again, I was just going to say Wings. Anyway, the Wings is retailing for 3,000 rupees right now on Amazon, while the boAt used to retail for 3,000 rupees, but suddenly the price has been hiked up to 4,500 rupees. Now, is that still worth it? Well, I think yes. And this is where the sound quality comes in. So guys, you know, if you're an existing viewer, I always say that I judge speakers based on how it produces the three major frequencies that make up any sound that you hear: highs, mids, and lows. Highs where the really sharp sounding instruments are, mids where the vocals lie, and the lows are the bass. Now, starting off with the high frequencies, both produce very sharp and pristine highs. But the Wings produces highs that are very, very over-sharpened. And this becomes even more evident during my testing, when I was playing the same track side by side and comparing them. The Wings had this extra layer of sharpness that wasn't always very pleasant, that didn't always sound natural. Now, if you enjoy that kind of sound signature, you might enjoy it. For me, it just didn't sound natural, it didn't sound rich, it sounded way too sharp than it should be. Now, for the boAt, in comparison, the highs sounded much more natural, much more rich, and it just sounded much more pleasant to listen to. So if I was listening to these soundbars for hours on end, if I was just playing music, I would definitely, hands down, prefer the high frequencies rendered by the boAt compared to the Wings, because it just sounded richer, of better quality, and just sounded pleasant. So in terms of the high frequencies, the boAt wins. Now talking about the mid frequencies where the vocals lie, again, the same thing that happened with the highs happens in this round as well, because the Wings produces mid frequencies or vocals that are over sharpened, very crisp vocals, very sharp, but they sound hollow. They lack the warmth and the body that you would want when you're listening to songs or listening to dialogues. Now, in comparison, the boAt produces much better quality mid frequencies. The vocals sound much more rich, they have body, they have warmth, and they sound natural. So even if you're listening to an interview, if you're watching a movie and you are really paying attention to the dialogues, or you're listening to songs, the boAt has far superior audio quality in terms of the mids. So they are far better, and the separation between the highs and mids was even better on the boAt. And one thing worth mentioning is that the natural bass that our vocals have, that was rendered far better on the boAt than on the Wings. So like I said, in comparison, the Wings sounded hollow, while the boAt, the sound signature had body and sounded much more natural and enjoyable to listen to. So the mid frequencies go to boAt again. Now talking about the low end or the bass. Now here, there was no competition. The low end rendered by the boAt was far superior. It was thick, it had the thump, it was deep, and it's the kind of bass that you expect from a soundbar. Contrast that with the Wings, and it sounds muddy. It's got the thump, but it lacks depth. So its bass is it's a very light hitting bass. It doesn't pack that punch and that depth that the boAt offers. So I would say that if you're a bass head and you really want the bass you want to feel the bass from a soundbar, then you should absolutely not look into the Wings and you should go for the boAt, because its bass rendition is far superior. Whether it's listening to music or watching movies, the bass is so much more enjoyable to listen to, and there is no distortion. In comparison, the Wings does have that muddiness. It doesn't matter if you increase the bass or tweak whatever you want, the bass response is muddy at the end of the day. Compare that with the boAt, which produces very thick and deep and pleasant round bass, which always sounds much better. So in my opinion, all three frequencies were far superior on the boAt than on the Wings. So audio quality being a criteria, the boAt Aavante Bar 1160 absolutely takes the win. So guys, that basically wraps up the difference in audio quality, the differences in their physical form and features. I hope that gave you a good idea. So now you're going to listen to the sound test, where the same tracks are going to play at our 100% volume on both these soundbars. So you guys will listen and form your judgment. And it is worth mentioning that during this sound test, they were playing in the default sound mode. So when you take it out of the box and just connect your phone or TV, the sound that plays, it is the default sound right out of the box. That is what I'm going to compare and test these on. That's what you're going to hear. So I haven't turned on any EQ like the movie, news or music, because that would be unfair. And I haven't tweaked the bass or treble. So it's just the pure out of the box sound signature that these two offer. That is what you guys are going to hear in this sound test. So form your judgment, and obviously do let me know in the comments below what you guys think and which one you guys decide to get. Or if you have any other questions, obviously do let me know that as well. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. You've enjoyed this comparison. If you have, please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I said, whichever soundbar you decide to pick up, please use the links of these soundbars given in the description below to make your purchase. I promise you, it's not going to cost you anything extra, but you guys will be helping me run this channel and produce more such high quality and helpful content in the future. So thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the sound test. I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.
Creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.